All right. Matthew McConaughey. Why is he a motivational speaker now? Are his motivational speeches actually any good? He has a book, of course, as every guru does, and a journal. But what we're really going to focus on today is this live virtual event that he's been promoting so much lately. I looked at his Facebook page, which has 190 ads currently running promoting this event.
The last 3 years threw us all out of whack. There's a whole lot of limbo. We're coming out of that now. All right? We're in a time now where we can actually make some plans, set some new goals, and trust to make them happen. We all want to be in the left lane of life. Cruise control set at 85, window down, tunes cranked up without a cop in sight. That's a green light, yeah.
The most nefarious thing about these ads is that he repeatedly says that he trusts the guests that are going to be on the live event with him. Who are these trustworthy guests, you may ask?
It's going to be you, me, some really smart people that I trust, like Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and some others.
Oh yeah, these people who will stop at nothing to sell you a life coaching course. Yeah, so trustworthy. Also, there is major money going into this because look at the production value, it's high. That is not a cheap service. And we're gonna talk about in this video exactly what you're giving away for this free event. Let's start here. It's called Art of Livin Event, where there's no G's in Matthew McConaughey's life. It's a ClickFunnels. You see right there? That is the ClickFunnels symbol. So ClickFunnels. So we're spending some money. This is a literal sales funnel. Also, he calls himself McConaughey in the third person unironically. So just fair warning. Because it's time to stop settling and start living. It's time to become the person you are meant to be. One of my favorite tropes in self-help, that you are not currently the person that you are, that you need to become the person you are meant to become. Now this is free, but I'm gonna prove in like 20 seconds that free is never really free. We're gonna talk about what you're giving away to go to this free class and who's actually behind it. And we're gonna look at some receipts to show this tangled web, okay? Join Matthew McConaughey and special guests, all the guests we've heard of before, for this intimate, oh yes, it's very intimate, me and a million people on Zoom, for this intimate one-time event to create a future you can look forward to. Yes, it time to close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. I can't wait for Matthew McConaughey to teach me that. Okay, it's in 26 days, everyone. Get your calendars. Set your calendars. You can click the button. Heck yes, save my free seat before they're gone, because you know that they're gonna be gone. They virtual seats, there's only so many. I don't know what this means. Like, if I sign up, am I donating a meal or something? I'm not sure. They don't quite explain it. Tony Robbins, familiar names. Like I said, he's the nation's top life and business strategist for over 40 years. Ugh, we love him. Dean Graziosi, my favorite my favorite inspirational speaker. He's a New York Times bestselling author, as is everyone else, and world-class entrepreneur. Marie Forleo, named thought leader of Next Generation, not the next generation, just Next Generation, by Oprah. We all know who Oprah is. And Trent Shelton, pro NFL football player turned world-class speaker. He's not a world-class entrepreneur. This guy's a world-class speaker. So what exactly is happening on Monday, April 24th? What is McConaughey doing? It's simple. A live one-day virtual event like nothing. Like I said, G's are not allowed on this sales page. Like nothing you've ever experienced, to show you the roadmap to living again. This is a I guess he did allow it. This is a coming together, a movement you and the world need right now. A chance for you to draw a line in the sand, put the last 3 years behind you, and shape your life with trust, joy, and a little more outlaw logic. Who's the outlaw here? Who's teaching me how to be an outlaw? Matthew McConaughey? Hollywood A-list actor? Celebrity? It's McConaughey, all right? It's guests like Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. He's calling them guests, but as we will see very shortly, they are the masterminds, actually, of this mastermind. And McConaughey is more so a guest. It's 1 day, live, virtual, and free. And it's only happening once. So be cool to your future self and show up. Heck yes, I'm in. Send me the link. The first of its kind. Why is McConaughey Why is McConaughey doing this? After 3 years of uncertainty and losing the opportunity to live life on your terms, McConaughey, the Minister of Culture, knew it was time for a revival. That's why he's doing something he's never done before and inviting you to lock arms with him to create a more compelling future for yourself. Yeah, okay. This 1 day event is about you, even though you won't say a word. It'll all be me talking to you about me, about learning to navigate the red and yellow lights in your life and finding more green lights. Probably trademarked at this point. I'm surprised there's not a TM next to that. Sometimes there's bad things and sometimes there's good things, and I'll teach you how to have more good things. Revolutionary. About waking up your soul, your passion, your hunger, and defining your more. What's your purpose? Your why? That's on every one of these effing mastermind, self-help, life coach events. Defining your more. So he's, instead of purpose or why, he's going with more, which is literally just replace, like it's Mad Libs for self-help. And it's all happening live, one time only, for about 3 hours with McConaughey and his powerhouse guests. Don't miss it. It's time to start living again. Okay, what's included? 1 day of live training on April 24th, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, with McConaughey, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and more awesome guests. Ooh, Marie Forleo and Trent just got kicked off of the list there. Over a dozen new ways of looking at your life to redirect your path so you can create more joy and success. Access to our private community created exclusively for the Art of Livin live event. Oh, I'm sure there's not going to be major sales going on in this private community. This is the perfect place for a restart. Ready for a new beginning? Before this event, feeling like the goalposts keep moving on you. This is so, it's ridiculous, this thing so far. Driving fast without a GPS. Stuck in limbo after last 3 years. Held back by too many red and yellow lights. After this 3-hour event that's free on the internet, certainty on what you want and how to get it. Can you imagine? I wish. Clear roadmap to achieving your more. Fueled up and driving full speed with real joy. Catching more green lights in your life. And I love how green lights is capitalized. That's the name of his book. That's his memoir / self-help book. Okay, and at the bottom, if you will look here closely, the Art of Livin virtual live event. Okay, 2023, Mind Mint LLC in partnership with Barefoot Money Inc. Okay, Barefoot Money Inc. is Matthew McConaughey's business. He's had it since like the 90s. Mind Mint LLC. Let's take a look. Let's take a gander. Dean Graziosi. There we go. Here's the ticket right here. So it's actually Dean Graziosi partnered with Matthew McConaughey, even though they're making it seem like Matthew McConaughey just did this out of the kindness of his heart. And let's go to terms of service. Okay, this is not going to be a long time, promise. Welcome to artoflivinlife.com. A combined initiative of Barefoot Money and Mind Mint LLC. So Matthew McConaughey and Dean Graziosi decided to come together. And now it's going to be referred to as Mastermind. Okay, so all of a sudden, then it's like the use of artoflivin.com or www.mastermind.com is maintained by Barefoot Money and Mind Inc. But basically, you are going to be inundated with emails and such from mastermind.com. And if you sign up for the free trial, which you may think is associated with Matthew McConaughey trying to help you, heal your problems and fix your life since the last 3 years, you have to cancel by emailing support@mastermind.com. So it says, if you do not want to continue your subscription after your free trial comes to an end, you must contact us at least 24 hours before your trial period ends by submitting a cancellation request to us via our support email, support@mastermind.com. You have to make sure that you're not confusing all these different websites, all these different LLCs, and that if you just want to learn for 3 hours, you got to make sure that you're protecting your email and not then clicking into something later and paying, and now you're stuck stuck into a subscription for the rest of your life. Here's the website, mastermind.com. Who's on this website? Who is in charge of this? It's called The New Way to Sell What You Know Online. Look who it is. Our buddies, Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. The plot thickens. Now, why, other than money, which is the obvious, why in the world is Matthew McConaughey associating in any capacity with these gurus, okay, to say it nicely, predatory sales pitchmen at all? To me, if Matthew McConaughey was to ever run for office, he has gone 17 places down the ballot for me to be associated with them in such a strong way. And it's also like, he's really pushing this, by the way. If you go to Matthew McConaughey's Instagram, here you go. Okay, he's got 7.4 million followers, right? This is what he has as his bio link right now. Like the only thing, it's not a link tree. It is literally the only thing that's there. So if you click on it, just so you can see, it takes you right to this scam ass website, which is a ClickFunnels. Again, it just disappoints me. He must be making a lot of money. You gotta think. We're gonna go onto YouTube to watch this now because I can pause it and stuff. You gotta think, okay, almost 8 million subs or followers on Instagram, 100,000 likes on just this post that he's talking about the mastermind. That's going to funnel so many unsuspecting people to Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi into their grubby hands into the sales funnel of death. That's why he's putting people that are vulnerable, most likely, or people who are just sad or in a bad place, because that ad copy was written for people who are in a bad place or a downward place, a yellow or a red light place, and is his vocabulary. He's delivering them to the Pied Piper. Like, here you go, take them into the forest and do what you will. It's not my business. It's like, why are you doing this? Money, I think. But let's go to his YouTube and we can see the theme, right? Because every red light eventually turns green, unless it's broken and it just falls onto the street and kills somebody. It's got 43,000 views. It was posted 2 days ago. It has the link and it has the hashtag, okay? And it's got 72 comments. First one being, Matthew McConaughey is the man.
No. Thank you. One last time. My family thought I was off my rocker. I remember my brothers called an intervention. They said, "What is your major malfunction, little brother?" I wondered if they were right. But I had to admit to myself.
Okay, where the are you? Are you in a studio set? Obviously, this is a studio. This is not really a Texas mobile home Airstream that he's in, but it is designed to look like that. So he can deliver this 40-second monologue. He's got the green egg behind him, or a variation of that. This is what rich people think camping is. Like, all of this stuff is like, an Airstream is like so expensive. A green egg is so expensive. You wouldn't have like chairs like that. He's got a surfboard, expensive. He's got like probably the world's best bongo. I don't know what this, why is this here? He's got a whole desk and he's got a fire that's burning his ass behind him. Why? Green light, surfboard. This is cringe. I'm sorry. What is hanging up? Pelts? Hey, can you go grab my pelt from the coat rack, please, on our camping trip? Like, what is going on? Can we just start over for a second? It's short. I missed it all. I missed this whole entire point so far.
No. Thank you. One last time. My family thought I was off my rocker. I remember my brothers called an intervention. They said, "What is your major malfunction, little brother?" I wondered if they were right. But I had to admit to myself, I couldn't waver from my decision. Why? I had to find out.
What in the hell? That was cryptic as frick. This is another thing that a lot of self-help people say in their motivational speeches. Your family members probably think you're crazy for coming here and caring about yourself, but everyone in this room, your new community that we're gonna develop here for $1 million a day, they understand your compassion and passion for entrepreneurship and personal development. Your family members who are actually concerned and have, vested interest in your life, unlike myself, those most people don't understand anything. I understand as your guru that you should be here and spend all of your money, go all in, play full out at this event. And they just don't understand. If your sister doesn't support this, then cut them off. Like, that is like a trope too, because a lot of people I think come into these things hesitant because they've told somebody who is probably a little bit more skeptical or cynical about, you know, self-help, rightfully so, I think, and they've told them, like, I don't think that's a good idea. So they have to make sure that they're telling you, oh, that person's a hater and they don't have your best interest at heart. I do. Pay me $10,000. So that's the vibe. He's like, my family thought I was crazy, but I know I was smart for signing up for Mastermind.com auto renewal subscriptions. I also love the fire that's obviously fake or something. He's got a remote. If you're trying to make this look real, move the remote fireplace device. So 3 hours, you're going to hear from Tony, Dean, Matthew, Trent, and Marie Forleo. So 5 people in 3 hours. You're not going to get very much. It's probably everyone's going to be at home in their little studios. Maybe they're even pre-recorded, honestly. This might even be a pre-recorded event. You would have no idea because they're probably not going to do a Q&A in 3 hours with that many people and that many speakers. So it's probably going to be, you know, put your email in. Actually, let's click it. Heck yes. Click. Okay. Submit your info below to join the free Art of Livin virtual event. Okay. Full name, best email, optional phone number, even though there's an asterisk there. Okay. And I can join. It'll send me a private link to my email. But it says at the bottom, very important, by providing your information, you agree to allow Mind Mint LLC, which again is Dean Graziosi Associated Company, and its affiliated companies. So anything Dean Graziosi is affiliated with, apparently, is good to go. So you agree to allow the Mind Mint LLC and its affiliated companies the right to contact you via email or text. So if you put your phone number, you're going to also be texted probably nonstop for the rest of your life. You grant this permission even if on Do Not Call registry. You also agree to the company's terms of service and privacy statement. Okay, we already looked at the terms of service, but let's just go quickly. Privacy settings, privacy policy. We may share your information, including personal information, with our vendors and other third parties with whom we have a contractual relationship. Okay, so that's anyone that wants to buy your data, I would imagine, to me, would be a contractual relationship. We also may share your information, including personal information, with vendors who provide third-party software services that you have chosen to assist you with your sales funnels. So I have to have a sales funnel to be able to live in life better? Sales funneling? Like, when did I get a sales funnel all of a sudden? We do our best to disclose only the information each of those parties need. We do our best. We might just slip and fall and give them your entire DNA, but it's not our fault. We do our best to make sure we don't do that. Okay, bullshit. Anyway, so basically you sign up for that. You're, giving your life away to Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. And who has ever benefited from that? Matthew McConaughey. That's who. Let's go back to his Instagram for a second. I want to give you a style, an idea of his delivery. You already got a preview again of his delivery style, his sort of cringeness. This is his page, and he does a lot of here's me with a hat outside of my mansion. He's got a place in Hawaii now. He's got a place in Texas now. Let's just say he's living the good life, but he'll also throw in these little nuggets, these little moments of philosophy for you. And most of them, from what I've seen, the requirement for one of these is that the background has to be obnoxiously loud.
My son shared a really cool thing before he went to camp. I said, what are you hoping to get from camp? And he said this, he goes, well, Popeye, I just want to meet new people and do cool things. And I was like, that's about the best reason to go do something, go explore, go to camp, go wherever you're going to go travel, as I've ever heard. Why? Meet new people, do cool things. Cheers to that. I don't have a drink, but I'm going to get one. Thank you, buddy. Here's to meet new people doing cool things.
Here's another one. This one's more Hollywood. The other one was more Texas. This is for the LA crowd. And this one has only 118,000. So it looks like the hat is more of a pull for Instagram. So 118,000 likes. Okay. This is more his Hollywood look. Vice versa hashtag soul cash, hashtag green lights book.
We love to make a binary contradiction of what is selfish for me and what is selfless for others. What is selfish for us, what is selfless for others. I propose we don't make those a contradiction. I propose there's a place where what we do for ourselves selfishly can also be what's best for the most amount of others selflessly. I propose there's a place in the decision-making paradigm that what we do that is the best for the most amount of others is also the most selfish choice for us. If we think about life as an infinite game, if we think about if we have children, if we think about the next generation, doing things to invest in their future, isn't that quite a selfish act? It is for me as a father, for my children. It is for us as parents. It is for us who have a long view, if we can tap.
He must have a waterfall or something, like right where he's recording all this. Why is it so loud? Selfishness and selflessness is the same thing, because you want your kids to have a good life, which is selfish. Not really following this logic necessarily. And one thing I'll say too is this is another self-help-ism where they all say they're changing the world. They're all like world changers, life changers. Having my life coaching business is saving humanity. They change reality where they're running a profitable, hopefully, business or not for themselves and maximizing their returns on investment and having, you know, as little training as possible, as many clients as possible for as much money as possible, and somehow convince themselves that that is a noble and selfless act. So this is sort of giving people permission to say anything that they do at all is selfless. Like, I'm gonna, you know, go frack for gas because, you know, to me, that's the best thing for me and my budget. You know, I hear what he's saying, sort of. I don't think he's quite as eloquent as he thinks he's being here. But yeah, this is another simple, like, everything that you do, if you think it, is a good thing because it's you.
Intuitive, hey, how can we leave this place a little better than we found it? It's a selfless choice is the most selfish choice, and vice versa.
Okay, that was lacking in logic. Okay, here's one backwards hat. And as you'll see, he's got 3 green lights. That's his motto to life. He doesn't have to stop for anything. He doesn't have to slow down for anyone. He just goes, goes, goes. Okay, this one says, what choices can you make? Post your video and tag me. Hashtag choice challenge to be featured on my Instagram story. Ooh.
Choice. What a great word. Choice. Choose. What we choose and why is a great question to ask ourselves. Because choice is not an obligation. It's not a legislation. It's not a mandate. It's not a you better or if. No, we choose it. It's an affirmative way we want to go forward. What choices can we make in our lives today? Maybe it's a sacrifice that will pay us greater rewards tomorrow. Maybe it's something that fills our bank account, but at the same time, can it be something that fills our soul's account because we did it the right way, we chose the true way for ourselves? That's the kind of choices I'm talking about that I think we can all do better at making. I'm going to choose this year to be a little more patient and listen to my kids even better than maybe I do. I know I can do better at that. What kind of choices can you make?
Choose not to go to a scam mastermind. Woohoo! Choices! Don't scam people. Choose that next time.
Investments in yourself, in your future self, how to be kind and cool to your future self. Choices that give you green lights in your future. That's the choices I'm talking about. Send me some of your choices. I'll tag it, or you tag it, at officially McConaughey and hashtag choice challenge. I'm going to pick out my favorites and share them. And let's spread these around.
He also seems to start like looking off camera, but obviously someone's holding the phone, or he had to set it up on a tripod, which I don't think in this case because it's like some shaking. Okay, I'm going to start my monologue, okay? Ready? Choice. Are you recording? Okay, let's do it again. Choice. What a weird word. Here we are trying to pretend like we're having a candid moment where I'm just looking off into the distance at my waterfall that's on full blast loud speed and volume. And I'm just thinking about life, and I'm looking at this camera who happens to be here turned on, ready to go, and just sharing my thoughts. I hate it because it's like, this is not real. Like, at least be honest, you know? Like, hey guys, it's me. I'm here on my Instagram. Like, okay, we're all doing this. You know, it's not, but he's so committed to the grift that this is all like off the dome here. Let's just look at some of his text messages. This is hashtag McConaughey. Lewis Howes, #1. Okay, #1 fan, Lewis Howes. iMessage. What's joy to you? The company you keep. Okay, very exciting. Hashtag McConaughey. We also need to talk about this specific thing, which is his role at Salesforce, which I find to be very cringe. Not his fault necessarily, but shows me that he is very motivated by money. And as much as he likes to claim that he's like just a normal dude, you know, barefoot and playing bongos naked and chilling and just camping and loving life, like he wants money. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm trying to get over that mindset of like anyone who wants success monetarily is a evil bad person, because it's not true necessarily. And I think there is like, the more money you have, well, not at a certain point it becomes ridiculous, but like for myself, I'm trying to like make my life less hard for myself. I get really mad at myself. I'm like, I should never ask for money. I should never like, you know, counter on like a salary because I shouldn't need it. I should just be fine. Like, I don't want to function on nothing. I'm sorry. Like, I wish we could. I wish the world was set up where no one had money. We were equal. We could just like live and be happy, but you know, we're not. So I don't want to, you know, minimize myself just because I have feelings that I'm like, this isn't fair for everyone. Anyways, I just think he's very motivated by the dollar and like millions and millions and millions of it, even though he portrays himself as someone who's like pretty, you know, down to earth and chill. So basically, let's start with this. Salesforce hired him as like a creative director, I guess, or some sort of mascot for the platform. And they just laid off like thousands of people, and he is still on their roster. They did not get rid of him, a random celebrity that represents the company, but they let go a lot of their actual employees. Let's actually watch it on YouTube, because that is a horrible viewing experience on Instagram. Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg. And it's like they literally, I don't know if they're trying to be like everything everywhere all at once.
As a global crisis. Hello, world. Or is it goodbye? You know, it seems like hope and trust are in short supply. Now, as businesses, we can blame and shame, or we can make a change.
Isn't this how he delivers all his Instagrams too? Like in these poems, which is fine again, but like, where is the separation between real McConaughey and acting? I'm on a set McConaughey. I literally don't know the difference. And that always freaks me out, where it's like, no one actually knows who you are. Here's an article about him, just real quick. Salesforce. He got paid $10 million for that and other appearances. A year, by the way, not just once, I don't believe. Even though, like I said, 8,000 people just lost their jobs there. Salesforce is paying Matthew McConaughey reported $10 million a year for creative help, despite laying off 8,000 employees. Okay, does that sound fair or reasonable? No. Here's his welcome to my channel. It's gonna sound eerily similar to that ad we just watched.
All right. Yes, the first 3 words this young man ever said on film. Thank you. Yes, McConaughey here, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. It's a destination where I'm going to share who I am, who I'm not, what I believe in, what I don't, what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, along with some approaches to life that I've found useful and constructive along the way. Prescriptions in the art of living that have helped me navigate this rodeo we all live in. And even a bunch of bumper stickers that I've seen, heard, gathered, and stolen along the way over my last 51 years here.
He even did the little whistle in the ad. I don't think he has a personality outside of the persona he's created. I don't think he knows.
We all killer, no filler. With some raps and rhymes that can help you get back on time. Put a little reason to your rhyme. Some food for thought with a sip of wine. Bring your funny bone. Don't be afraid to bend a knee. And join me in the chase to be more me. With your chase to be more you. Because what else are we really here to do? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. Check out the links in the description and some of the projects I'm going to be working on. I am looking forward to connecting with y'all. So in the meantime and all times, just keep living.
Okay. I mean, I hate other things more than that. Okay, let's see his to-do list. This looks like guru status. He's got his puffer jacket. This is more tech guru, usually, outfit at least, than a spiritual guru. But he's in place right by the loudest ever waterfall in existence. So he's ready to record. This is 7 months ago. It says, cross it off. Okay, here we go. It's a minute long, and it's titled, Matthew McConaughey, how to to-do list. How to-do list?
Here's another cool thing I love about journaling. You ever go to bed at night and you start thinking about all the stuff you got to do the next day and it gets...
He's like, all right, start recording. Here's another thing I've been saying about journaling. Okay, got it.
Here's another cool thing I love about journaling. You ever go to bed at night and you start thinking about all the stuff you got to do the next day and it gets kind of intimidating and your brain starts going and you're having trouble getting to sleep because you're like, oh yeah, I got to do this, and this. How am I going to remember? Wait, how's my day going to flow? And then you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh yeah, I've got to do this. Write it down. The night before, write your to-do list down. Make it long. Put fun stuff on there too, like have my first cup of coffee, hug my wife, call a friend,
hug my wife. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you found your like husband or boyfriend or girlfriend's wife, whatever, like found their notebook and it said, hug my partner? You'd be like, oh my God, I'm so hideous. They're forcing themselves to do it in the morning. They have to write it down and cross it off after they hug me. God, the torture.
Wear my favorite t-shirt. Put fun, easy stuff on there because what's fun is the more things you get to cross off the next day. Did it. Done. The more we feel like we accomplished, and we did. But
that journal has never been opened once. That is a crispy, closed journal.
Write the list down, and you'll have so much fun crossing them off. I've got 26 things to do today. I've already crossed off 7. I got 19 more to go, and it's not even 10 a.m.
He's good at math. Thanks, McConaughey. I learned something. How to do to-do list. Write down wear favorite t-shirt. Big brain energy. The McConaughey's favorite superhero is...
Yeah, as far as superheroes go, man, my favorite's always been the Incredible Hulk. Why? He's got such a great constitution. What do I mean by that? He's never looking for trouble.
Why are you recording this when the garbage truck is literally backing up into your house to take the garbage to the dump, sir? Can you wait 5 seconds? This video is only 40 seconds long. Could you have waited?
If you mess with the Hulk once, he's like, no thank you, I'm not looking for trouble. You mess with him twice, he's like, I said, please, don't do that. I don't want to get angry. But you mess with him 3 times, it's game over. He turns green, gets big, and dominates the situation. He doesn't just get even, he gets way ahead. I like the 3-strike rule.
Okay, and kill the camera because he looked away off into the distance longingly as that truck dropped 20 pounds of weights on the ground. So he likes the Incredible Hulk because you mess with him 3 times.
I can't stand to be asked the same question 3 times. It just irritates me.
Where's the lesson in that? I don't know. The biggest thing is the mastermind needs to go. Hopefully someone tells him on his team or someone in the world goes, yo, bro, don't do this. If he's getting 10 million from Salesforce doing full commercials, they got to be paying him like $20 million, which, you know, hard to turn down, but also you're going to be president one day. You better think twice.